Here is the next 2025 edition video of a previous list, that being my worst FNAF songs list. Now, this one was kind of tricky because it was pretty hard to pinpoint FNAF songs I straight up dislike. I was successful in doing so though, so this will be a pretty interesting list, especially since this is being extended to a top 10 instead of a top 5. Granted, there are a few songs on here by the same artist, but it's only like 2 max, you know? That's kind of the rule I stuck with for this video. I still want to talk about a variety of shit. I should also preference this by saying there's going to be some unpopular opinions in this video for sure, so please keep in mind that what I'm saying is purely my personal opinion. There's no objectivity to be found in this video, just subjectivity. If you disagree with me on any of these, that's fine by me. The usage of the word worst is purely for YouTube exaggeration. Aren't I an honest bastard? Before we begin, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. Totally optional, but we appreciate if you did. I also have a Twitch too, where I consistently stream, so there's that as well. With that out of the way, let's dive right into the sour note that is the top 10 worst FNAF songs of all time. This song's overrated, I'm sorry. Look, again, if you like this song, that's fine. More power to you. However, I cannot in good faith call this a good song. For one, I just really don't like the instrumental in this one. It just feels basic and boring for a FNAF song. I just wish there was more variation in the sounds of the instrumental. As well, I'm not really a fan of most of the singing voices for the characters. I get that they tried to make them sound good for singing, but if it's certain characters with established voices, I tried to make them accurate to an extent. Surely join us for a bite or I Can't Fix You, which gets Circus Baby's voice down really well while still trying to maintain a good singing voice. Funtime Freddy's the biggest offender, I feel like. Like, what type of voice is that for him? I would just try to make the voices more suitable for the characters. As well, the lyrics feel a bit generic, even for a Sister Location song. I would make the lyrics more unique and have them stand out from other Sister Location songs. I don't know, I just feel nothing from this song. It's not terrible, but I've never really liked this one. I've discussed this song before in my DA Games FNAF song ranking, but I'll summarize a bit what my thoughts on this song are. Also, yes, I'm aware, another classic on the list. I'm a girl with opinions, okay? Jeez. Anyway, my biggest problem with this song has always been the vocals. They just don't mesh well with the instrumental, and so therefore, altogether, it creates a mess within the sound of the song. I simply cannot get into the song because of that. It's also just because the vocals get drowned out by the loud instrumental. It's a balancing issue, and it results in the song being very unfocused. As well, this song is just poorly aged due to the song's lyrics relying on the theory of Phone Guy and Afton being the same character. It's not a huge critique of this song, but man, it makes it so fucking dated. I do have a positive with this song though, and that is the fact that I like that this song focuses on Phone Guy. He's a character that barely gets any musical love, which I can appreciate. I just wish the sound of the song was better, and believe it or not, a remaster for this song exists and it's way better, so there's that. Improvements were indeed made, so that's good to hear. This is a song that carries over from the 2021 remake list. This is still the weakest Dawko song for me. I don't really care for it, and I still haven't. I severely warmed up to Into the Pit, but this one, I don't think I really can. I don't think it's terrible, but it still has its issues. I think what my biggest issue was back then, that I still honestly agree with, is that the repetition in the song's lyrics could have been handled better. Repetition is nothing new for songwriting, even FNAF ones. However, I just think there could have been a more clever way to pull it off. If not that, then there should have been less of it. Mostly because it contrasts with the instrumental of the song a little bit. Something that I've actually grown to appreciate about this song is I like the beat of it. It's a good beat. I just think the other aspects of the song just don't really correlate well with it. There's a reason why I think the best parts of the song are the transformation scenes with the music video, so pretty much as the instrumental breaks. Not even the lyrics correlate well, which comes across as also just kind of generic for me. As well, as much as the vocals are not bad at all, some pretty decent high notes reached, it just feels like something's missing when it comes to yet again hooking it up with the song's beat and instrumental. Dude, I sound like a mental patient right now. It's so nuts. Do I make any sense? Anyway, yeah, this song isn't terrible and it has its positives. However, the negatives really drag it down for me, and as a result, I've never liked this song. Okay, this deserves an explanation. Due to the meme status of this song and purely how stupid this song actually is, I ironically like it. I also can appreciate how it actually somewhat accurately nails the FNAF books to a T with the Mimic, Edwin, David, and all of their story beats. The song is fun to an extent with that. I even made a video discussing this aspect of the song. However, if we're talking about this song like an actual song, it's doo-doo. The sound of the song doesn't mesh well together with vocals and instrumental. The audio quality of the vocals is poor. Jackie's lyrics make no sense, especially since this song came out before Secret of the Mimic. Additionally, you could even argue this song became overplayed due to the meme. I'd say the memes are funny, but I digress. I get this song as satire. Extra Tuna's work is clearly mostly made in that angle, and as a satirical piece, it's okay, I guess. It does accurately capture the tone of a lot of generic FNAF songs, but I feel like it doesn't have anything to say beyond that. Don't know. Even though this song is a godsend when it comes to FNAF memes, it isn't all that when it comes to both a genuine attempt at a song and a satirical piece. Am I my hater arc? Perhaps. You be the judge of that. Time to give another one of my pended Taylorland 264 hot takes. I don't really care for most of CG5's songs. Often or not, I just don't really vibe with the tone CG5 goes for with a lot of his songs. Whether it be what he provides in vocals or what he brings to the table with the instrumental. His FNAF songs especially are often pretty generic. The only ones of his I can say that I truly like are Labyrinth and Freddy. With this song in particular, it's just so generic and bland. I can't personally stand it. As well, the instrumental just doesn't go well with the vocals. A lot of that aspect just makes this song kind of hard to listen to. This song could have been something way more, I feel like, as the concept for this song is pretty simplistic in a good way, and both the lyrics and vocals aren't terrible either. Again, it just doesn't mesh well.
Hello there, mortals. It's me, Tyler. You enjoying Taylor's awful video about, what is it? Jacking off to your friend's mom? Nah. Or, being in debt over carrots? No, wait. Worst FNAF songs? Who wants to watch this? Why are you clicking on this? I won't judge. I like watching two men kiss each other. Anyway, that's besides the point. I heard Taylor's releasing a movie about Tyler Tales. And the best part is, I'm the main antagonist. I rule! You're going to watch this movie. I don't care if you like it or not. Taylor makes terrible videos anyway. But if it's worth seeing me win and kill a bunch of losers, you should totally watch. If you don't though, I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna pop through your screen and tear your insides out. I might even eat you for the hell of it. You've been warned.
If the song meshed well together, I feel like this song would be way more enjoyable to listen to. All in all though, I've got nothing much else to say. If I had any constructive advice or criticism, it would just be to make sure the instrumental matches well with the vocals as well as the general tone of the song. Therefore, it could also remain way more consistent too. Well, not awful, I don't really care for this song that much, and it's honestly my least favorite CG5 FNAF song. What's there to even say about this one? I've talked about this song several times at this point, I feel like. This has honestly been my least favorite FNAF song from DA Games personally for a multitude of reasons. The main reason being, yet again, how the song just sounds like a mess. The instrumental just seems to be louder than the vocals. Now, it isn't like No More Cake where both don't fit well together. No, this has the problem of DA Games' early FNAF work where there's balancing issues with the sound. My obvious piece of advice would always just be make sure when you're putting this song together to check its volume for each and play it back to see if it goes well together. I'll say this too, but the title of the game being put in the song's lyrics just always seemed forced to me. I just wish it was implemented in the lyrics better. However, lo and behold, I actually have a new point to say of this song that I haven't made before. As well as Five Nights at Freddy's 3 being said in the lyrics, the swearing in the lyrics also just seemed forced. It feels like the song was just trying to be edgy for the sake of it and lacks an actual punch. It also just messes with the tone of the song because it makes me think on one hand it wants to be taken seriously. On the other hand, it also wants me to think it doesn't want to be taken seriously. Pretty much meaning this song has somewhat of an identity problem. That isn't my main issue though. My main issue has always been the sound, which the remake of the song heavily improves on. However, I just don't like this song, and not even Will Ryan of DA Games does either, so there's that. I still think this song's just kind of lame and overrated. What I really don't like about this song is the vocals. The vocals just don't sound in tune to the rest of the song, and it really makes listening to this song such a chore. I personally would have amped up the vocals a bit more and put less autotune. I understand that this song also tries to take a slower approach thanks to the meaning and lyrics of the song, that being of the tragedies for the Afton family. However, it just doesn't sound that natural. That's what the problem is for me. Maybe it's the vocals again, I don't know. I feel like this song has the potential to be great, but it just doesn't pan out fully to what it can pull off. I also just feel like there's balancing issues with each aspect of the song's sound. What's with a lot of the songs on this list with sound balancing issues? I don't know. If you want a good version of this song, I recommend the AP Angry Piggy version, as that version handles the sound and tone of the song better and handles it more naturally. All in all, not a fan of the original version of the Afton family. Who could have guessed? A shitty song based on a shitty fan game created by a shitty person. Who could have thunked it? In all seriousness though, with all due huge respect to Tryhard Ninja, what is this? I just don't sense any passion with this song, just like FNAF in real time. It's just so generic and uninspired. I just don't like it at all. The lyrics, the very inconsistent beats of the song, the vocals, all of it. It just screams pointless marketing for a FNAF fan game that really wasn't all that. I feel like this song could have been way better if it focused more on FNAF 1 itself and less about aspects like Brother. I get it's a FNAF in real time song, but said fan game is supposed to literally be FNAF 1, but they move. Yeah, no, this song is just garbage. I tried to be nice with the other songs in this video despite me not liking them. However, from here on out, I've got nothing nice to say about these. This one and the next two are bottom of the barrel levels of awful. This song's biggest problem, honestly, is just its existence. It's a pointless song meant to overhype a game that is an industry plant. Next one. Okay, I can see the comments that are coming in about this. Just like Jackie's Box, yes, there can be ironic enjoyment to be made with this song due to how outlandish the lyrics are. I even can to an extent too. However, Luhigini composed this song and its music video with the intention of it being a genuine attempt at a FNAF song. I know later on in his career he goes for the ironic angle, however at this point in time he's serious, so I'm gonna treat the song as such. And because of that, holy shit, this song's a train wreck. The ridiculous autotune for vocals, the boring beat and instrumental, and the obvious reason, the straight up weird lyrics. Everyone knows the one lyric. This attraction is great, so many guys I can read. However, I've always been a firm believer that this lyric is worse than one that's memed on due to how it just gives a feeling of uncomfortability to the song. Like, ew. It's also just a huge moment of mischaracterization for William Afton. I am under the belief that Afton cannot work as a pedophile or rapist or whatever the fuck weird shit you try to make him. He's a murderer, and to me, that's enough. He doesn't need to have such edgy aspects to make him more evil. No. Just no. Imagine you're like Scott Cawthon in March 2015, right? You just released FNAF 3, the final game in your widely successful horror game trilogy. You want to see how well your game's doing. You remember people constantly making fan content of your work, so you go onto YouTube to see what has been made. You search for FNAF 3, and when you do, you see this song, and you're like, ooh, a musical, and it looks animated, this could be fun. You click on it, and then you just, well, get to the part. This attraction is great, so many guys I can read. I'd be utterly confused out of my mind and wondered how my horror game meant to be taken seriously somehow got a song like this made by a real human being. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm just remembering how people in the comment section of this song would say how when they were kids, they would sing this song to either their parents or in public, or God forbid, their school talent shows, and they would get in serious trouble. Thankfully, that was never me, because I never grew up with this poop. In all seriousness, though, this song sucks. However, its ironic enjoyment is certainly something that can be gathered from it. That's something I can't say about the number 1 entry, that's for sure. You all knew this was number 1. I know it's been number 1 so many times now, but for God's sakes, this song's abysmal. This song is just genuinely so damn weird. The lyrics, the vocals, the chorus, everything. Goddamn everything. It also just comes across as too fucking stupid. I know people like to argue that this is a joke song, but come on, man, what's the joke? Where's the joke? I mean, I know what the joke is, but it isn't really that funny. It just comes across as predatory and weird. I'm genuinely trying to think of something new to say about this song that I haven't said before, because I've talked about it so many times at the same point in each video. I mean, the 4-minute length of the video felt pointless if it was just a joke song. Going back to the lyrics, a lot of the puns or jokes within them are just unfunny. Nah, that's it, besides the fact that if you know what Mando Pony did, this song's just even worse. I hope I never have to talk about this god-awful song ever again, because this is without hesitation the worst FNAF song there is. No other FNAF song tops it, or should I say bottoms it. Genuinely a sickening and disgusting song.